Welcome to Dear Love Talk, the segment of the program that answers any questions you may have on relationships. And here's how you can get in touch with us.
All you need to do is to email us on questions@lovetalkshow.tv, and that's it.
Or contact us via Facebook as well.
Yeah,
Don't forget Facebook.
And Instagram and Twitter and all those.
Well, the first question comes from Marcia, and she says, because of financial circumstances, my husband and I have had to move in with a family friend. Since then, I have now found out that he has started an affair with her behind my back. I love my husband, but I don't know what to do about this. Well, let's just make one thing clear. We cannot tell you what to do about this. This is your decision completely. Mm-hmm. But here's the one lesson, first of all, before we even carry on, that you need to take from this. When you're married, when you have a relationship with someone where you live in the same house and you're forever connected with that person, it's a terrible idea to be sharing a house with someone else. I know that sometimes, there's no other option, but then that period of time has to be as short and brief as possible. When you're single and you're living in a flat share and so on, it's not a problem, especially if you live in a big metropolis like London or whatever city you live in. It's not a problem, it's common. But when you get married, you need privacy. Plus, not having another person there is a way of you protecting your marriage, protecting your relationship. Mm-hmm. So, that goes out as a piece of advice to everyone out there. But in terms of your own relationship and the situation with your husband, you have to tell him that this is not acceptable. And if he doesn't want to change and repent of what he's done and apologize profusely, then you have to value yourself and say, look, hold on a second, I deserve better. I don't deserve to be treated like this. So it's not only you need to tell him that if you do want to give him a chance, then you tell him that he needs to change and get out of that environment, go and live somewhere else. Or that if he doesn't want to change, then value yourself and move on with your life.
I mean, we're not saying here that it will never ever happen that you have to move in with someone because of a financial problem or something that happened. Mm-hmm. But, and we are not saying as well that your husband or your wife will immediately start betraying you. Like, it happened to you. It's so unfortunate. It's definitely
an open door. It
is an open door. It is an open door, and you should avoid getting yourself into a situation like this. But indeed, you need to assess your relationship really well and see what's going on.
Yeah. And if he doesn't want, the only solution for this would be if he were to speak to you and say, look, I regret this. I feel horrible about it. I should never have done this ever, but I want to change. Please forgive me. Let's move out and start afresh. If he doesn't want to do that, then you have some value, personal own value, self-value, and move forward with your life. Indeed. Next question is for you.
It's from a male viewer. Hello to every male out there. It's good to hear from you. Often we have women getting in touch. And it says, my girlfriend broke up with me and my life is turned upside down. I can't sleep, I can't eat, don't want to see my family or friends. I just want to disappear from this earth. I constantly call her and try to see her at work, but she doesn't want to talk to me. Please help me win her back. Right, I'm gonna help you in a different way. Maybe not to win her back, but perhaps I don't know if there's an expression in English, but try to take a look at yourself. When you see in the cartoons, you come out of your own body and you look at yourself. You can do that, but if you close your eyes, you can imagine yourself and all this behavior you're having. I mean, I understand it's heartbreaking that someone broke up with you and you had all these hopes and probably you like her, you love her. But if she broke up with you, then there has to be a reason why. And that should be enough for you to, give it some time and accept, or give it some time and see what happens next. Because if you keep calling her, if you keep stalking her or something like that.
It's a strong word, but I think that's the word.
I think it is. I think it is. It's not, you're not helping yourself. You are making yourself really, really small. And that even makes her not want to be with you even more.
Yeah, and the bottom line, if I can just say this, the bottom line is that while you do all this, you're making yourself You want to be the person she wants to talk to the most. But the truth is, you're making yourself the least attractive man on earth. Right now, out of all the men on this planet, you are the last person she wants to speak to, because you've invaded her space. You know, can I be honest with you? I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Have some self-respect. Going around, begging her to speak to you, it has the opposite effect of her coming back to you. So the question should not be, how do I win her back? The question is, get some self-respect, man. See that if it didn't work, it didn't work. And I know people say there's plenty of fish in the sea. We're not even going in that direction. We're just saying, have some self-respect so that you can build yourself up and be with someone, whether it's her or someone else. But you're not going to attract the right person doing that. So, as Elena was saying very rightly, have a good look at yourself and see that this is not the way to go about things.
And maybe you are behaving this way because you're thinking, but we just broke up over something so silly. Well, here is the key thing. Maybe that person isn't right for you after all, because one little thing make her give up. So you don't want to convince the person to love you. You want the person to love you naturally. That's what will keep you together for many, many years to come and forever.
Yeah. So whether she's the person for you or not, we don't know. What we can tell you is that this stalking, the word that Elena used, and very rightly so, doesn't work. So focus on yourself, build yourself up, and then you'll see what happens in terms of relationships.
Move on.
That's all we have time for today in Dear Love Talk Show. But remember, you can send us your questions via our Facebook page or also on our email, questions@lovetalkshow.tv.
And maybe you've heard a question or two that maybe it doesn't apply to you. Maybe you didn't identify yourself with these topics, but maybe you know someone who is going through something similar. So remember, share our links, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will never miss one Dear Love Talk.
Until next time,
bye-bye.